In recent episodes of Days of Our Lives, a dramatic twist unfolded at a DiMera party, where EJ DiMera found himself in an unexpected and morally complicated predicament. Arnold Feniger, who had been impersonating Rafe Hernandez, was caught in a compromising situation that forced EJ to take immediate and calculated action. EJ's sharp eye caught Arnold, the fake Rafe, making bold moves on Jada Hunter, including a public display of affection. This did not sit well with EJ, who found the situation unacceptable on multiple levels. For one, EJ recognized the troubling implications of allowing Arnold to pursue a romantic relationship under false pretenses. Furthermore, EJ's evolving understanding of consent and morality has significantly shaped his actions. Gone are the days when EJ might have turned a blind eye to such manipulation. He now feels a sense of responsibility to intervene. Realizing the potential harm that could arise from Arnold's actions, EJ devised a clever strategy to keep him away from Jada. EJ fabricated a private investigation case, giving Rafe a pressing reason to stay preoccupied and avoid Jada for the foreseeable future. This calculated move not only shielded Jada from further deception but also bought EJ time to figure out a more permanent solution to the Arnold problem. However, EJ's actions raise questions about how long he can keep up this charade and whether it will ultimately protect Jada or further entangle her in the web of lies. Complicating matters further is the looming date of Rafe's birthday at the end of January. Jada, unaware of the truth, has been planning to marry Rafe on his special day. Arnold, still deeply embedded in his impersonation, has assured Jada that he will be present for the wedding. This sets the stage for a potentially explosive confrontation, as Arnold's masquerade threatens to unravel in front of Salem's most observant and meddling residents. Arnold's motivations add another layer of intrigue to the unfolding drama. Having fled to Salem to escape his past in Argentina, Arnold sees Jada as more than just a pawn in his scheme. Over time, it appears he has developed genuine feelings for her, leading him to reconsider his original plans. Arnold's reluctance to return to Argentina is fueled by a desire to forge a new life in Salem, and he sees a future with Jada as a way to solidify his place in the community. This emotional entanglement raises the stakes, as Arnold's defiance of EJ's orders becomes increasingly likely. Will EJ's efforts to protect Jada succeed, or will his actions backfire and lead to greater chaos? Can Arnold truly escape his past and build a future with Jada, or is his deception destined to destroy any chance of happiness? And most importantly, how will Jada react when the truth about Rafe is finally revealed? The mere thought of Arnold challenging EJ and stepping into Rafe's shoes for the wedding is enough to send chills down viewers' spines. Jada, a character who has always valued honesty and integrity, would be completely blindsided. But let's explore how this tantalizing storyline could play out in Salem. Imagine this. The church is adorned with flowers, the guests are seated, and Jada is radiant in her wedding gown. The ceremony begins, and just as the vows are about to be exchanged, the real Rafe bursts in, disheveled and desperate, shouting for the wedding to stop. He's escaped captivity just in time to expose Arnold's scheme. The room erupts in chaos as guests struggle to process the revelation. Jada, stunned and heartbroken, is torn between relief at Rafe's return and fury at the betrayal she's just endured. But what if the writers took a more drawn-out approach? Imagine Arnold's deception goes undetected, and he actually manages to marry Jada. The ceremony proceeds without interruption, leaving the audience on edge, knowing the truth but unable to warn Jada. As the newlyweds celebrate their union, the tension builds. Viewers would be screaming at their screens, knowing it's only a matter of time before the truth comes out. In this version, the real Rafe might bide his time, waiting for the perfect moment to confront Arnold. Perhaps he sneaks into the reception or even the honeymoon suite, determined to stop Arnold before he can consummate the marriage. The confrontation would be explosive, with Rafe and Arnold clashing in a battle of wills, each fighting to prove their identity. For Jada, the emotional toll would be devastating as she grapples with the realization that she's been duped. Arnold is no stranger to stirring up trouble, and this time, he might take his antics to a whole new level. What if he's not content to simply impersonate Rafe but decides to indulge in his own brand of chaos? On the wedding day, Arnold could engage in flirtations with other women at the ceremony, raising suspicions among the guests. Jada, initially brushing off his odd behavior as pre-wedding nerves, would start to feel the weight of doubt as Arnold's true nature begins to surface. Even after the wedding, Arnold's reckless actions could lead to a series of close calls. Perhaps he's caught in a compromising position with another woman, leaving Jada questioning her decision to marry him. These moments would serve as breadcrumbs, leading Jada closer to the truth about her new husband. The moment of truth would be a pivotal one for Jada. Whether she discovers Arnold's deception on her own or is confronted by the real Rafe, the revelation would be a turning point in her character's journey. Jada is strong and resourceful, but this betrayal would test her resilience like never before. Her anger and heartbreak would be palpable as she confronts Arnold, demanding answers and struggling to comprehend the depth of his deceit. At the same time, her reunion with the real Rafe would be bittersweet. While she'd be relieved to have him back, the experience would leave her questioning everything she thought she knew about love and trust. For Rafe, the challenge would be to rebuild Jada's faith in him and prove that their connection is worth fighting for. Friends and family would rally around Jada and Rafe, while Arnold faces the consequences of his actions. The storyline could open the door for new alliances, unexpected betrayals, and even a rekindling of old flames. For Jada, the experience would mark a turning point, shaping her into an even stronger and more determined character. Meanwhile, viewers would be left with plenty of questions. What drove Arnold to such lengths? How will Rafe and Jada move forward after this ordeal? Next, let's dive into the latest developments that will have everyone talking. Leo is in turmoil after realizing he falsely accused Javi of being the infamous whistleblower, leaking body and soul storylines to the press. In a heartfelt moment, Leo's voice quivers as he asks Javi, "Is it too late for us?" The pain in his eyes speaks volumes, but the damage may already be done. Javi's silence hangs heavy in the air. Just as emotions threaten to boil over, Carrie interrupts with his signature blend of sarcasm and nosiness. Oh, what do we have here?" he quips, raising an eyebrow. His untimely arrival diffuses the tension, but it also leaves Leo and Javi's future uncertain. Will they reconcile, or is this the end of their turbulent romance? Later, Leo seeks advice from Gwen, who encourages him to fight for Javi. "You've messed up before, Leo, but you're nothing if not persistent," she says, nudging him toward reconciliation. As Leo prepares a grand gesture to win Javi back, viewers are left wondering if his efforts will be enough to mend their fractured relationship. Over at the DiMera mansion, Ava storms in to confront Kristen about a series of threatening text messages. Tensions escalate as the two women trade accusations, but their investigation takes an unexpected turn when they discover the sender, Rachel. Yes, Kristen's precocious daughter has been causing chaos. "You can't go around threatening your enemies," Kristen sternly tells Rachel. But the young girl, with an air of defiance, retorts, "But I did." Rachel's boldness leaves Kristen momentarily speechless. How will Kristen manage her daughter's rebellious streak without exposing her own questionable behavior? Ava, meanwhile, watches the exchange with a mix of amusement and disbelief. Could Rachel's antics be a chip off the old block? As Kristen struggles to discipline Rachel, she's also confronted by Brady about their daughter's behavior. "You've let her get away with too much for too long," he argues. Kristen's defensiveness adds another layer to the tension, leaving viewers questioning how far Rachel's mischief will go and whether her parents can find common ground. Belle has been carrying a heavy burden, and next week, she finally confides in her mother. Marlena, ever the supportive parent, senses her daughter's distress and invites her to open up. "Sit next to me, tell me everything," she says gently, her voice filled with warmth. Belle reveals a shocking truth about her marriage to Sean, hinting at infidelity and unresolved issues. Marlena listens intently, offering guidance without judgment. The emotional moment between mother and daughter deepens their bond, but it also raises new questions about Belle's future. Will she choose to fight for her marriage, or is she ready to walk away? Meanwhile, Sean begins to suspect that Belle is keeping something from him. His attempts to confront her only push her further into Marlena's comforting arms. This storyline promises to unravel more layers of Belle and Sean's relationship, leaving fans on the edge of their seats. Chanel is not one to mince words, and when she learns that Johnny almost had a fling with Joy, she unleashes her wrath. "How can you live with yourself?" she demands, her voice dripping with contempt. Johnny, caught off guard, struggles to defend himself. The confrontation leaves Chanel questioning her own feelings and Johnny's character. She turns to Allie for comfort, reigniting old sparks between the former flames. As Chanel and Allie share a heartfelt conversation, viewers are left wondering if a rekindled romance is on the horizon. Meanwhile, Joy confronts Johnny about his reckless behavior. You can't keep playing with people's hearts, she warns, leaving Johnny to reflect on his actions. The fallout from this love triangle promises to create even more drama in the weeks to come. Meanwhile, Sophia's pregnancy has set the stage for a family showdown. Her overbearing mother, Amy, arrives at the Black family home with a plan that shocks everyone. The priority is planning Sophia and Tate's wedding, she announces, her tone leaving no room for debate. Brady and Tate exchange incredulous looks. Sophia's future, it seems, has been meticulously orchestrated by Amy, leaving little room for her own wishes. Tate, feeling the pressure, begins to question whether he's ready for marriage and fatherhood. Sophia, caught between her mother and her partner, struggles to assert her independence. As tensions rise, Marlena steps in to mediate, offering Sophia a safe space to voice her concerns. This is your life, Sophia. Don't let anyone dictate it for you, she advises. Will Sophia find the courage to stand up to her mother, or will Amy's domineering nature tear the young couple apart before they even make it to the altar? Stephanie and Philip's budding romance hits a major roadblock after their romantic New Year's Eve together. Stephanie overhears a phone call that leaves her livid. You're a total fraud, she accuses Philip, her voice trembling with anger. Philip's attempts to explain fall on deaf ears as Stephanie's trust in him crumbles. She confides in Chad, seeking solace and advice. Chad, ever the gentleman, offers a listening ear but can't help but feel drawn to Stephanie. Could this be the beginning of a new love triangle? Meanwhile, Philip turns to his mother, Kate, for support. I can't lose her, he admits, his vulnerability shining through. Kate, known for her scheming ways, promises to help her son, but her involvement may complicate matters further. Kat Greene, Salem's infamous outcast, makes her dramatic return, and her presence immediately stirs up trouble. Julie, ever the town's protector, is particularly concerned about Kat's interactions with Chad. Don't worry, Chad assures Julie. Nothing's going to happen between me and Kat Greene, but fate has other plans. When Chad and Kat cross paths in the town square, their encounter is charged with unspoken tension. The attraction between them is undeniable, leaving Chad questioning his own convictions. Kat, meanwhile, seems to revel in the attention, hinting at her own hidden agenda. As Julie rallies the town against Kat, Chad finds himself torn between loyalty to his family and the undeniable pull he feels toward Kat. This storyline promises to shake up Salem's social dynamics and leave lasting consequences for everyone involved. Next week promises to be a roller coaster of emotions as Salem's residents navigate love, betrayal, and unexpected alliances. Will Leo and Javi find their way back to each other? Can Kristen rein in Rachel's mischief without losing her credibility? And how will the town react to Kat Greene's reappearance? Stay tuned as the drama unfolds and secrets come to light. In Salem, anything is possible, and the twists and turns are only just beginning.